everyone, thank you so much for making time for this bite-sized talk. This is kind of like last minute. I got the invitation to come and speak last week, and I was asked, can you come and speak on 30 years of Java? And I'm sitting here going, how do I talk about 30 years in 15 minutes? And so what I really want to do is, because history is important, if we forget history, we repeat previous mistakes, or we forget the good things that we've done, as I found out on Tuesday. I was not supposed to go there. Okay. And so really what this talk is about is I'm just going to walk you through some really important milestones in the history of Java that I think all of you should walk away with a memory of, because if we want the next 30 years of Java to be as successful as these first 30 years, we have to embrace the past and understand what made Java so successful. There's going to be a quiz at the end. And you thought, oh no, I have to take notes? Take notes in your mind. I'm going to ask 3 questions. First hand I see, I will point to you, and I want to see if you know the answer to something that I've presented today. Oh, and by the way, you'll walk away with Duke. Okay, so first, where did it all start? So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, you might remember the Star 7. What was the Star 7 device? Well, when we were at Sun Microsystems, we were trying to develop a unit that could be a set-top box to control all of your media devices. And this was our platform to, at that time, test out Oak to see if this language could really address the needs of that type of use case. And so the character you see here, Duke, was actually the animated character on the touchscreen to interact with the device. And so this became, why was this important? This was important because it visualized the technology. So much of what we do in the code, the end user typically does not see what you've done, but you can see in a device like this. And so this is like fundamentally for me, the start of what made Java so tangible, so visceral, was the fact that it was device-driven, not application-driven. And it's really hard to galvanize your thoughts around what technology is, what it does. And so naming convention was very important. And you can see some of the names that we went through to try and name this brilliant technology. Let's just say lawyers got in the way. And somehow we settled on Java. There is no secret where the name came from. The name just literally came from a group of people sitting in a discussion room with James Gosling, and we all had coffee on our desk, and he said, Java, I need another cup. And it was like an aha moment. The light bulb went on, and that's literally where the naming convention came from. And I think that's extremely important because you need something that resonates. When you go and build something, for the external world, whether it's an end user or a developer, it has to be something that I can easily remember, easily embrace, and easily use. But it's not just the technology. What makes the Java ecosystem so important is the community. And the way we developed that was by creating a mascot. And you see the mascot here. We were going to call Duke Fang. Did anyone know that? The original name was Fang. Where did that come from? Well, this character was designed by one of the engineers on the client team who now ended up working with Pixar. And so he tried to take inspiration from Disney and some other animation houses for an easy-to-remember character. Duke's pronouns are they, them. They, them. Duke is gender neutral. Remember that. That's important. And the fact that it looked like an upside-down tooth is where Fang came from, but we finally settled on Duke as the name. And that has been sort of like the inspirational character for our community for the last soon-to-be 30 years. Which, by the way, does anyone know when Java will turn 30? What day and what month? May 23rd. So it's coming up awful fast. So maybe when the NL Jug hosts JSpring, we can celebrate 30 years of Java closer to the anniversary date. As I said, it's all about the community. Where did my journey for Java start? It started literally with Java 1. I went to the very first Java 1 as an attendee in 1996, was inspired by what this technology could do when I was at Verizon, because at that time we were a C shop, oh my God, very old. And lo and behold, 3 years later, someone from Sun called me out of the blue, don't know why, and said, we would like for you to join the Java team. We want you to work on the emulators for our Java ME platform, for all of the handsets that are out there, because we're so lucky right now that we have smartphones. The era I grew up in, we had feature phones, which meant every handset was different, which meant every application had to render differently on every screen, which means we had to do and create an environment where all that testing could be equalized in terms of the development process. But it goes beyond that. As important as Java 1 was, it's the fact that we started Java user groups, and actually the very first Java user group was the New York Java Special Interest Group that was formed in 1998. I actually went to that user group meeting, and that's where I met someone from Sun who then hired me in 2000. So user groups are a great place for you to collaborate, for you to connect, to learn new best practices, use cases from your peers, because so much of what we do crosses over the type of industry or the type of vertical you're in. So I encourage you, stay with the NL Jug, participate in other Java user groups around the world. And as I said, user groups is important. These are my 4 favorite, like I have favorites. There's 378 Java user groups that we recognize on the planet. Belgian Jug, NL Jug, Atlanta Jug, and the Virtual Jug are the ones that resonate with me because I've made and formulated a connection with the leaders and the attendees and the members of those user groups. What keeps Java straight and narrow? It's the JCP. Some people think it's a standards body. It's not a standards body. It's a specification body. It's about ensuring that when we build Java, if you want to roll your own and it passes the TCK, you can call it Java. You know it's going to work. And so still to this day, the JCP is an important element in ensuring Java stays vibrant for the future. And it just celebrated its anniversary back in 2023, last year. Getting back to naming, something that we've missed that I hope we can somehow reintroduce again is project names. You might remember some of these, whether it's Tiger or Mustang. Naming things with projects with developers really resonates. And when you have something like that, it just creates a bit of inspiration beyond just calling it by its product name. And I have to say, now that we're on this 6-month release cadence, coming up with names is extremely hard, and we've abandoned that effort. And I hope we can bring it back, because I just love project names. Implementations. A lot of smart people realized that Java had utility in many places. Desktops, laptops, enterprise, mobile, and so we had multiple implementations that you could then target your type of application, so it was using memory consumption and power to optimize for the types of workloads you were doing. Of course, the naming convention changed. We went from J2 to just J. We also have a very special implementation, which is Java Card. If you don't realize this, most of the smart cards that you carry in your wallet or use for your train system is most likely enabled with Java Card. Champions. Like I said, it's about the people. And our Luminary program that we started in 2005 has now blossomed to 399 members. I can't wait until we announce the 400th member, whenever that comes. But these are the luminaries that go around the world, talk about Java to inspire you, because they then become an extension of our team. Let's move forward to conferences. This is the place to get that in-person experience. I can't tell you how lucky you are to have JFall happening every year annually, and JSpring now, in the Netherlands. These have become institutional, international events that's not just for your local audience, because this is really the best place for you to collaborate. My other 2 favorite events, you might have your own, is JFocus in Sweden, in Stockholm, and then DevNexus, which is happening in March of 2025. JFall will be in February. Maybe I'll see some of you there. Open source. For the longest time, Java was not open sourced. It was free, but it was not open sourced. We open sourced Java in 2006, which is an important milestone because when you open source it, you create that opportunity for the community to participate in shaping its future. And that's why it's so important, because OpenJDK is not a thing, it is a place. It's a place where you can actually participate in the development process that we established for Java. If you don't want to participate, at least read the mailing lists and be active on the specific projects that you enjoy, because that's what's really robust. JDuchess, absolutely love the JDuchess program. It's all about bringing more gender equality into our ecosystem. I got to tell you, we are failing miserably on this front, and I need help to fix this. I look at this room, we're making progress, but we should be much further ahead than we currently are. Social, I remember establishing the Java social handle. I call it Twitter. You might call it a different letter. But even though we are seeing a reduction in this on this platform, it's imperative that we stay active from the face-to-face and extend that onto the online platform. Modularity, I know a lot of you think of this as, oh my God, a shock moment. This is medicine we needed, because what did modularity do? It allowed us to get rid of the multiple implementations we had for Java. You could target the libraries that you needed for your application. It became much more encapsulated, which makes your application much more secure. So sometimes you can't have candy all the time. Sometimes you need medicine. And JMS, to me, is the medicine we all need. Incremental innovation. So as you have noticed now, with every release, we have JEPs, or JDK enhancement proposals. This allows us to break down projects into specific features that can then deliver innovation incrementally that we do every 6 months, every March, every September. And you also get to participate by giving us feedback. We extend preview features, which allows you to then give us feedback before you actually finalize a feature in a GA release. And oh, by the way, you also have early access builds, which means if you're already on Java 23, you can start using Java 24 EA builds to test out what's going to happen before you use it in production once we GA in March. I'm glad we've launched dev.java. Some of you might remember java.sun.com, which was our end-all, be-all platform for all things Java. Blueprints, best practices, architectural diagrams, community information. All of that went away in 2010 when Oracle acquired Sun. Shame on us. Shame on us. And so what we've tried to do with dev.java, which we launched 3 years ago, is revitalize from rising from the ashes a new phoenix. And yes, there's a lot of work to do, but we need your feedback. But this is literally your one-stop shop for technical information and community information on Java. And oh, by the way, it's not just our content, it's yours. We would love to feature your innovation, your ideas, your experiences, because we're now taking community contributions on our platform. YouTube has become sort of like the online learning platform for a lot of video content. We've refined our YouTube experience. We launched the Java YouTube channel in 2004, but we never posted any videos there, because like every company, we wanted to do it on our own. So Sun had 3 different platforms for projecting video content, but now we've moved all of our digital assets to the YouTube channel, so I highly recommend you look there. And if you want your content there, maybe you can tap me on the shoulder after this and I will feature your video. 2 more slides to go. Number 1 is we're bringing back Java 1. Java 1 is coming back in 2025, March 17th through the 20th. It's going to be a very focused event for seasoned practitioners. Hope to see you there. I know many of you have submitted sessions. We're literally in the throes of reviewing 687 submissions, and I have to have our content decisions done by next week, which means my plane ride home is going to be extremely busy. Last but not least, why is Java important? It's not what we do. It's not the innovation we bring. It's not the platform. It's the people. It's the gatherings like this that allows us to innovate for the future. And I can't tell you how important that is, because so often we put those blinders on, and we have to for work, but it creates a very myopic view of what the technology can do. When you can have a setting like this, or go to a user group, or go to another conference, or participate online, it just enriches the value of how to use Java, why to use Java, and where to use Java. So with that, because I know time's running short, I have some questions. First one is, what was the original concept name for Duke? I saw your hand first. Fang.
Nice, after almost 30 years.
Too long. All right. What was the name of the first Java user group? I saw your hand. Oh, wrong person. Almost, close enough. Thank you. And last but not least, what was the exact date that Java was open source? The exact date. I saw your hand.
November 13, 2006.
All right, and with that, thank you so much.